My pop was a quiet, very religious man. Everybody liked him. He was, he was from the old country and spoke only Yiddish, but he didn't want us to speak Yiddish. He wanted us to talk English. And he was very, very closely tied into activity in the synagogue because he was the Baal Kriya, which means he was the one man in the synagogue who read the Torah during Monday, Thursday, and Saturday services. One man reads the Torah. That was my pop. Well, one day he comes home from the synagogue enraged. What's the big deal? The big shots in the synagogue have decided that they have to fire the rabbi. Why fire the rabbi, Miller? Because he had a big black beard and they decided he's scaring the young people away. They have to get a rabbi without a beard. He is just so outraged with the whole idea. But he couldn't do anything. So they hired a young rabbi. And one day my father comes home from work more enraged than ever. Why? He had to go through the park to get home from work. And in the park there was a set of tennis courts. And he takes a look. And there in what he called kurze gabkes, which means in short pants, is the rabbi playing ball. He is outraged. Was Fagmisha does. Rav spilled ball. Anyhow, he had to get used to it because from then on, there were rabbis without beards. Now, I tell this story because I want to give you an idea of culture change. My father is so outraged because they need a rabbi without a beard. How many years later? I really haven't been to synagogues or temples that often. And it's like, it's like 60 years later. I have to go to a ceremony at a Reformed temple in Long Island. And I hadn't been, as I say, for a long time. And it was a Saturday morning service, and my Nimi and I went into this temple, and I hear a female voice singing Ma Tovu, which is the opening prayer of Saturday morning. Beautifully done, but a woman up there. And I says, who's that? She said, that's the cantor. I said, no kidding, a woman cantor. That's interesting. So I see a woman is sitting up on the stage. I says, who's she? She says, she's the rabbi. You gotta be kidding. A rabbi? She's the rabbi? Holy mackerel. The service goes on, and she leans over and she says, and she's a lesbian. What? How the hell do you know that? She says, everybody knows that. It's accepted. The rabbi is a lesbian? I'm thinking of my father with the rabbi with the beard. And a woman from the audience gets up and walks up and stands beside the cantor, and they sing a duet, Hashkivenu, which is a lovely prayer. And he leans over to me and says, she's the Rebbitzin. I want to tell you that just to give you some idea of how our culture has changed in my lifetime.